Nintendo, who is infamous, yes, I'm dropping the name, who is infamous for announcing stuff and then it never panning out.
Right.
Vitality sensor, anyone?
Listen, it's just like Nintendo hasn't been black since the Super Nintendo.
True.
You know?
Well, no.
That's
the GameCube was...
The GameCube was a step in the wrong direction.
True.
And it
was
paved
the
beginnings of the distress.
The beginnings of pangs of distress.
Seriously. Because, I mean, look, I really expected them, like I heard through the rumors, that they were coming back to the hardcore audience, that they were going to feed the hardcore audience, their core audience they're going to bring them back, which would have been a great move if they just stopped being so cute. Like, console. Like, bring out a console, make it look like crap. It doesn't matter what it looks like, you know? It matters what it plays. Yeah, that's what Richard says. Like, it's a box. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter.
I don't think because we got to put discs in this thing. We want to know what ports does it have. Show me the ports. Well, we want to know what ports it has, or what disc media it takes, which Jeff had to press him on until he finally said it's proprietary disc media that is not Blu-ray.
And it's going to run on optical discs, right? It's going to run an optical disc. Yep. Are those going to be equivalent to a Blu-ray sort of capacity? This is proprietary technology. Okay. What's the capacity of it? We haven't disclosed the capacity, but obviously it has to have a significant capacity to drive HD graphics. So you think it'll be at parity with Blu-ray? You know, we're not going to compare ourselves to someone else's technology. What I will tell you is that so it won't be Blu-ray. It will not be Blu-ray. Okay. And the disc will not be a limiter to the types of experiences consumers will have.
But he wouldn't talk about the capacity of it, which could be another problem.
But it looks like the HD add-on to the Xbox.
Yeah, that's what it does. It looks like the HD DVD add-on.
So that's where all the cases went.
Yeah, that's what they did with it. They recycled all the HD DVD stuff into the Wii U.
Seriously. All the returned HD DVD add-ons for the Xbox.
But here's the thing, because we would be excited for the thing. It looks cool from what it tells, but we have no solid evidence. At no point have they have not given us specs on the processor. They have not told us if it has an internal hard drive. They say it will use flash memory, but what does that mean? We don't know if it has an internal hard drive. We don't know what its RAM is. I mean, okay, they did tell us how many ports it has, thank goodness. And it supports HDMI component and S-Video. And all the way up to 1080p. That's what they've announced.
S-Video? What age do we live in? Is this 1998?
I don't know. I was like, I guess they're taken in consideration for people who don't have an HDTV. But most people do at this point. But whatever. You see, here, this is Nintendo, and this is their arrogance shown even in what Reggie said. Because they believe that the only thing that they had to do was update their graphics and put some sort of online, and that makes it happening. They're now level with everybody else. Like you were saying, you were hoping they would give us hardcore, where they're like, okay, well, they're actually not going to do that. They want the third parties to take care of hardcore people. They want to keep making the type of games that they always make. So they're like, okay, well, all we'll do is we'll upgrade the hardware enough so that you can play versions of these quote-unquote hardcore games like Arkham City and Darksiders. So, good. The third party can put their hardcore games, and we will provide the content we always provide.
Yeah, but Nintendo.
And they think that's just going to cover it all.
But Mario, Zelda, Metroid, and the day that I don't need to say those names again is going to be the day that lives in infamy. Seriously, Mario, Zelda, and Link, and all these people, and Kirby are the hardcore market for Nintendo. They always were. All their games were hardcore back in the day. Nowadays, I mean, like Luigi's Mansion, stuff like that. Games. Look, I did enjoy thoroughly the last Metroid game, which was awesome. It was epic. I mean, if you ever have a chance to play it.
And why was that epic? Because it was done by Ninja Theory and not by Nintendo themselves. True.
It was awesome. But, however, Super Metroid, it's said that Super Metroid is a lot better than that game. And I believe it. Super Metroid was a whole lot better than that game. Mario 3 is a game that is like legendary amongst everybody. And these games, I mean, this is the last time we're going to ever talk about these games. Because I refuse to continue to just talk about them.
Yeah, and that's all, because that's all they I'll sell it again. Give us the new IPs. What is wrong with Nintendo?
Well, they're afraid to change their recipe. They're afraid to change the flavor of their food, and they're afraid to lose their customers. That's all it is. I would be the same way.
They're losing customers by not bringing new IPs. You don't have to get rid of the old stuff. Just bring in new stuff.
Look what happened when they tried to bring in new stuff.
Peak me. My fault. You got no. It's not our fault. You have no skill with new IPs. But I mean, hire people.
But that's why they want to bring the third party.
Without jobs,
they need third party back.
Yes, that's right. Without third party, they have nothing that non-Nintendo fanboys want.
And I'm talking about Capcom, and I'm talking about Konami.
Yeah, we're not just talking EA, which is what's... Okay, everyone's like, oh, wow, yeah, they're getting all this stuff. Yeah, that third-party support is only coming from EA. Yeah. Only from EA. When Sony announced NGP back in January, and they had people from EA come out, they had people from Capcom, Kojima came out, they had their first-party people, they had Activision people come out and say stuff about Modern Warfare, Call of Duty come into it. They had real third-party support. Nintendo has one company. Now, granted, EA does publish a lot of games, and a lot of games that people buy. But it's just EA. That means you ain't playing Bungie's new game on it. That means you ain't playing Square Enix's game on it. That means you ain't playing a lot of games if EA doesn't publish it.
Look, I want Konami to return. I want Capcom to return. I would love to see that back on Nintendo, because Nintendo basically made these companies with who they are today. If it weren't for Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and the content that the Super Nintendo provided at the time, Capcom would be nothing. Konami would be nothing.
True.
These companies would be nothing. They deserve... Nintendo deserves these companies' loyalty. And they have it to a certain degree. But to the hardcore audience, they need to return with these games.
Nintendo needs to get their head out from wherever they got it stuck. Because I don't know what it is that they're thinking, but this Wii U doesn't even upscale Wii games. What age are they living in? I know the age we're living in.
But isn't that what Jeff kind of like brought out? Reggie was trying to dodge that question, and Jeff was like, well, tell me, is it backwards compatible? And he says, yes, it is, with the Wii. And will it upscale the games? And he's like, well, no. Yeah, he's like, no, it's not. He's like, no, it won't. It won't. We will have to process them again. Which means that there's going to be HD
collections, possibly.
Right. Mario Galaxy HD collections.
Which means Nintendo gets to do what it does best, and re-release old games.
And Smash Brothers Melee and Brawl. No, actually, Smash Brothers Brawl is still $59.99.
I mean, I just can't understand what their purpose was with this press conference. They announced a new console coming out in less than 12 months, and we don't even know. I mean, they announced it and they showed nothing about it. We don't know what the interface will be on the thing. We don't really know what it looks like. When they showed us the video, it was them already playing a game. So we don't know what the menu screen looks like. There's rumors that they're getting ribbons, their version of trophies and achievements. No talk about that.
No talk about ribbons. No talk about...
The only thing is that, streaming video to the thing, which is super cool. But let me remind you, we did the same thing with Lair on PSP when the PS3 launched, and nobody liked it.
Yeah.
They streamed Lair from your PSP to your PSP, and nobody liked it. So why is everyone going crazy now? Not to mention, if we could do that on PSP with PS3, obviously NGP will be able to do it. It is the same thing.
Well, I got my wish granted. There's a plain Lego game coming out.
That is true, but I'm afraid that it'll be like some sort of version of Wanna-Do City. Because again, it's Nintendo. If it was just a multi-platform Lego game, maybe we would think, okay, maybe there'll be a good story behind it or something. Like there's like a Godzilla's attacking Legoland, but I'm sure it's just going to be you as a Lego, because it is Nintendo exclusive. I'm sure it's going to be you as a Lego fireman. You wake up one morning, go to work, jump in your fire truck, put out fires, go to eat, and you switch jobs, and it's going to be like the most monotonous thing you've ever seen in your life.
True.
And Kitty, do you remember those commercials you show for like Wanna-Do City where the kids go to play and get to be all these little jobs. That's what it looked like to me.
And I'm
afraid that's what it will be.
Well, even though we saw a very early trailer, it looked like it was running on another console.
Probably.
It's probably multi-platform.
Well, they said it was exclusive.
It was exclusive Wii?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Wii U?
Yeah.
Wii U?
That's what Reggie said.
Reggie, will you be my wife?
Damn.
Wii U? Oh, don't start that. But, so I'm just, just give us the details and you'll shut up. That's all. We just want to know.
If they would have dropped the name Wii to it and they would have just called it the Nintendo U.
Yeah, call it Nintendo Utopia. Like, the U is supposed to stand for Utopia.
Yeah, Nintendo Utopia.
Just put that in the name. But no. They're calling it the Wii, well, because it also does use the Wii controllers. You can still...
Well, do you understand why they're calling it the Wii?
Well, tell me this. I want to understand...
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
I want to understand, before you riddle me the question,
okay.
How are the Wii controllers going to work with it? Won't that require the sensor bar?
Ah, good question.
They totally just glossed over that.
They didn't even.
Because they showed that you can use your Wii remote and your Wiimote and can't even say the daggone thing, nunchucks with it. But that would require the sensor bar, would it not?
Well, it has to have a sensor bar input.
Well, I wonder if this thing requires a sensor bar. If the new controller they're calling it, because they haven't given it a name yet.
It's possible.
Because it does have a black sensor strip on the top.
It's possible.
They're and as I'm assuming that's what you're riddling.
No.
They're calling it the Wii U because it's basically Wii hardware, just upscaled.
No, that's not why. The reason why they're calling it the Wii U and not the Nintendo Utopia like it should be, because it's a next console. Basically, they're putting the name Wii in it because of the casual audience. Because the casual audience, if they name it Nintendo Utopia,
they're not going to understand.
Yeah, they're going to be like, what is this Nintendo Utopia? It's not the Wii. So they made it Wii 2 or Wii U because of the fact that they know that the casual market is the largest market in the world, and they know that the casual market doesn't know like a lick of spit but Wii.
This is true. Yeah. So there's like, oh wait, Wii? It's got Wii in the name and I can use my Wii controllers? Yay!
Yay.
And they think they're just going to go out and buy it.
So what's going to happen with all the Wiis? Are they just going to sit and... But having the Wii U backwards compatible with Wii games has like just ended the life of the Wii whenever this thing comes out.
Of course.
Because what's going to happen? People are not going to like...
buy 2 games. Never.
Or they're not...
They might. They can buy a Wii game and still play it.
But
on the Wii U.
But who's going to ever buy a Wii again and say, man, that's a classic console, I want to get it? Or, I go to the store and I see a Dreamcast and I have to pick it up because, it's a Dreamcast. It's like, wow, the games on it are, awesome. I have to buy it.
Yeah, who's gonna say that about the Wii?
Yeah, who's going to say
that about the Wii? There's 5 games that people might still want to play. There will be cult classic games.
And anyway, you can play them still you can play them on the U if you want it. So, who's going to go back and say, man, I just really had to play that Wii game? What the hell? What the hell is your problem?
Nintendo has proved that they are out of touch with reality. Because they really think that they could come onto the stage and, spin us a web of yarn.
Kirby's epic yarn.
About what this thing is so amazing, and the controller, and the controller, and the controller. And then we're just going to eat it all up and say, all right, sign me up. I'll pay it. I'll send you the money now.
Yeah.
And just pay me my console in a year. That's not going to happen. People are wised up to you.
Man, I haven't signed up for Club Nintendo since I was 12. Them fools want me to sign up again just to get some free soundtrack.
It's like, what the hell?
It's like, yeah, I'm 40 and I'm in Club Nintendo. The market they want is not the hardcore gamer, and they don't care about the hardcore gamer anymore.
No, they don't.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, for them, it doesn't matter. Reggie even says, we're not looking at the market. We're not looking to appease one type of person. We want to appease everybody.
And you can't do that in games.
You can't do that. You can't even do it. If you cannot do it in life, you cannot do it as a company.
In video games, for real.
Reggie, you go take a hike.
Podcast 3above, y'all. You crazy. And this comes to the end of our
E3 coverage.
Yeah, and our
press conference coverage.
Our Wii